In this model of testing it, you basically, it's a visual model. You have him look all the way up. And then you look in the front of the vertebrae and you see are they the same on both sides. You're looking for all the different ones, all the way from C3 down. Okay? And you want them to look all the way up. So that means as far as they can go. Okay? And then you have them look all the way down. And same thing. You see if one of them is more posterior or less. You could try to do it in the back too, but like as I said, there's so much muscles there, it's a little hard. Another model that is more for those that have more tactic. They're not so visual and they're not so tactic. And sometimes, you know, people don't allow you to get close enough here because it's really sensitive. You have them lie down.
Which is you put the, behind the CM or?
Well, you have to do it as close to the bone as possible. That's why it's a lot of times it's a little
Not the
uncomfortable.
muscle issue.
No. You're assessing the rotation of the bone, of the vertebrae.
So you're on the transverse processes.
You're like almost on the interior part of the transverse processes. It's a lot of times easier to do when the patient is lying down, actually. So especially for extension, if you even this model is easier. Then you have a move look all the way up. Keep going all the way, as much as you can. You can't get as much extension in the neck that way, but at least you can get some extension, and you can assess it. Okay, you can do it lying down, and then you have them bring all your head forward and bring it all the way to there, and you can assess the same way. It's a little easier sometimes, and notice that I'm helping him here. Another model of doing this is actually assessing the movement, and it's kind of you put a pair of fingers on the same level. And let's say you bring him the neck to flexion, and then you're going to side bend him to both sides, okay? So he really does not like to go. This is side bending. I'm side bending his neck to the left. I am side bending his neck to the right by doing this, okay? I'm translating the head, but I'm side bending the neck. So it's not the way I'm side. Don't look at the head, because if I'm going to the left, I'm actually side bending him to the right. Head goes to the right, I'm side bending his neck to the left. Because look at the angle of what happens to the neck, right? So what you do is you kind of put a pair of fingers right at each joint. You flex it to exactly that level, and then you translate one side and then another side, and see how that feels. If it feels really restricted, then you actually bring it into extension and you compare it into extension and see, it's even worse in extension. So he's more likely, his restriction of side bending is more likely to do also with extension than in flexion. And you repeat this all the way down. Then you go to the next vertebrae and you test it. And then you go to the next vertebrae and you test it, and the next one. And then you do the same thing in extension. Just relax, let me hold your head. And you test it each level also in extension. Okay? So just